Happy New Year, and let's get to some Derby prep races. Trust the profits. It is the formula here with you today to be talking about the Jerome Stakes at Aqueduct on the 4th of January. Yes, it is an early January Derby prep race, not graded stakes, but we'll have some fun talking about it, right? What does the Jerome Stakes tell us about the Derby? Well, not a whole lot based on this graphic here. You got a couple interesting horses that come out of this for sure. You got Mind Control, Frenzy Fire, Independence Hall were some past names. Then you got some horses that didn't set the world on fire. Cavassier, Lugan Knight, Capo Cane. Drumroll please, last year seemed like an interesting horse. I think he probably started making some of our lists when he won the Jerome. Brad Cox horse, always going to get your attention, but came off the trail pretty early. I think he had some health issues because we hadn't seen him in a while. But yeah, the only horse in the last 10 years to actually make it to the Derby was Frenzy Fire, 11th place in the Derby. So historically, not a predictor for horses going to the Derby, despite the fact that you can make a few points off of it. So moving on from there, what do we got? January 4th, 150K. That's the purse. Aqueduct, 8 furlongs on dirt. We've got 8 horses entered in. We got their odds too, so we can have some fun with that. Let's move on. Start talking about the horses. We are at Aqueduct here. Let us not forget that we are at Aqueduct. Enduring Spirit, because there are a lot of races going on this weekend. Enduring Spirit, 5 races, 1 win. Hasn't raced since August 2024 last year. It's been a while. Broke his maiden second time out at Churchill Downs in May of 2024. It's been a while since that happened. And the horse has yet to hit the board since, has really not had a good race since breaking his maiden. 7th at Ellis Park, at the Ellis Park Juvenile. A 7 furlong race, was setting the pace early on there, but folded down the stretch. Same at the Bashford Manor Stakes, going 6 furlongs there, pushed the pace early on, and then faded back. And these are some short races. So Enduring Spirit, not setting the world on fire here. Seems a bit of a pace and fade horse. At 30 to 1, what do you expect, right? What do you expect from Enduring Spirit? Mensetti, let's move on to the Woodbine horse. Yeah, this is a horse that's been running at Woodbine, 3 races. Winner of the Clarendon Stakes at Woodbine, going 6 furlongs in that one, in a 6-horse race on all weather. Going to be at Aqueduct here, so not going to be on all weather, going to be on dirt for the first time. Did go gate to wire in that race, though, and won by more than a length. Last place at the Display Stakes was the first race after the horse broke his maiden, so second race. On pace early after being bumped. Eventually did stop after a little bit of a challenge, but didn't have it down the stretch. But again, it's early on in the horse's career. A lot of horses do have one weird off race like this and can still recover from it. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen here for Mansetti. But a few question marks, obviously, right? Surface, shipping, that second race, it's still a question mark, but there are 2 wins. There's some good things here as well for Mansetti. Icon, 1 win, 1 second place in 2 races lifetime. 5-horse, 8 furlong allowance optional claimer at this Aqueduct in December. Had a bad start, managed to recover, got his way up to second place, was still about 3 lengths off of Cyclone State in that one, but again, had a bad start, so it was nice to see the recovery there from Icon. Broke his maiden at Indiana. With this was the first attempt after having a 9th place Churchill attempt to break his maiden, but did win this race by 6 lengths, going 5 furlongs in that one. This is a Richard Dutro horse. He's got Manny Franco on this one. Dutro has 2 horses in this race. I think he's got the better jockey on this horse, so that's kind of curious to me. Omaha, coming from the Sire Audible. Love what they did there. Talk about shipping horses, a Delaware Park shipper here. Did run his last race at Laurel Park, a 62K, 8.5 furlong allowance optional claimer. We got ourselves a deep closer here, people. At Laurel Park, started off in 7th place in that race, way back, moved up to first by the stretch, and then ended up winning by 7 lengths. Ooh, like to see that. Broke his maiden 3rd time out at Delaware Park. Going 8 furlongs in that one, starting out in dead last, and then closing for a 2.5 length win over by Tama Beer. which is not just the name of a horse, but also a very good suggestion. Just letting you guys know in case end up seeing me at a park. That would be great. Yeah, we got ourselves a deep closer here. Omaha, Omaha. Keep them in mind if it looks like you think the pace is going to be hot. Georgia Magic. Oh, we got an error here. I did correct it, but it didn't make it in here. I didn't refresh this for some reason. But let's move on. Georgia Magic, one race, one win. So scratch that 4-2-0-1 at the top there. The only win here for Georgia Magic, the only race for Georgia Magic, gate to wire winner in a 7-horse, 6-furlong race, 90K, maiden special weight, beating Gray Ace by 1 1/4 lengths. Raymond Handel, Romero Marag, and Good Magic. Good Magic's always a good sire, especially when it comes to these Derby races, Derby prep races. Georgia Magic, keep an eye on that horse. But again, not a lot to go off of here, just the one race. Cyclone State, 2 wins and a second place in 6 attempts. Gate to wire in a 7-horse, 8-furlong race, 92K allowance optional claimer, beating Icon as mentioned before, the one that Icon had to rally to make up some ground on. Broke his maiden in the 5th attempt at Aqueduct, 90K maiden special weight, 8-furlong race. Going gate to wire, beating Fun to Tap by 2.5 lengths. Took him a few times to break his maiden. Seems like Cyclone State, the Iowa horse, is on track though. Studley Do Right, called his name a few times. 3 wins, 2 second places. Maryland horse, 7 races. Last time out, we talked about him in terms of the Remsen, a 6-horse race. The Remsen was this year. He got 4th place in that one. Got pretty close to the pace, but bumped around a little bit down the stretch. Did not seem to have it. Was 6 lengths behind the winner poster in that one. Did get 1st place in a 5-horse Nashua Stakes this past year at Aqueduct, sitting close to the pace in that one, closing to win over Vekoma Rides. Got 2nd place at the Laurel Futurity, sitting 3 lengths off the pace in that one. Closing, but ended up losing by 2 lengths to Pascaline. So I do like the sire here, Nyquist. I think in terms of the horses coming from the smaller parks, no offense, I think this is a very interesting one indeed. McAfee, 2 races, 1 win, 2nd place. 2 races, 1 win, 1 second place finish. Got to correct the top there. 2nd place in the 72K 1 mile, 8-furlong starter allowance race, sitting 1 length off the pace in that one, coming close, but losing by a head to Optical in that one. A 1:35, 2 seconds off the track record there for 1 mile. Pretty darn good time there. Broke his maiden first time out in a 6-furlong maiden special at Churchill Downs, staying off the pace, closing to win by 3 1/4 lengths over Game Day. This is the 2nd Richard Dutro horse. This one looks like the better horse to me of the 2. It's curious to me that he has Manny Franco on the other horse, Icon. He must know something that we don't know, so it leads me to believe that maybe there is something about Icon he likes over McAfee. So just play the wait and see game here. Finally, the summaries. Yeah, so safe picks and value plays. Got McAfee and Icon at the top here. I'm looking at those 2 as my top 2 plays here. I do like Cyclone State though. We talked about Cyclone State before. Yeah, there's something there about that horse that I like. I also like Omaha. Omaha, as I told you before, those are my 2 bigger value plays, I would say. Sorry, Omaha is probably my big value play here, or my deepest one. Got the value play on Icon, bringing it all around here. Cyclone State in the mix as well, but if I'm going to be keen someone, it is going to be McAfee. I think McAfee is probably the most solid horse, even though he's got Franco on Icon. I can't get over that. But yeah, if we're going to play this right, we got McAfee as the key with Cyclone State, Icon, and Omaha, bringing up the end as the closer here. So, I think I pulled that together at the end, just barely. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in and supporting Trust the Profits in 2024. Please continue to do so in 2025. We love you. Have a good one, and bet responsibly.